Welcome to the Adopt a Pet Show. All of the pets on today's program are available for adoption at the Pike County Animal Shelter on Likens Creek Road in Pikeville. For more information, call 606-432-6293.
I'm Cindy Mae Johnson for the Adopt a Pet Show at the Pike County Animal Shelter. With me are Brandon and Laurie and a beautiful, very relaxed dog named Samson. Tell us a little bit about Samson, Laurie.
Samson, he was brought to us. The guy found him at a mines. He had a hurt hip, and he really didn't like dogs, but he took him home until he got better and brought him to us. He already had him neutered. A real sweet dog. He's been a house dog. And he brought him here to get him a home because he works in the mines all the time and he just don't have time for animals.
Well, Samson would make a wonderful pet for somebody, and the fact that he's already been neutered means it's almost negligible what you have to pay. What's the fee for Samson?
Where he's already neutered, the fee is $25.
And he's going to already have he's going to get shots. You're going to send him home with a bag of food. He's been groomed recently because he smells and looks great. And Brandon, you said you liked his coat.
It's very soft.
If you're interested in Samson, who really has more energy than this most of the time, I think we wore him out a little bit, call or come by the Pike County Animal Shelter. What's the phone number, Laurie?
Phone number is 432-6293 or 432-6294.
And you can come by. They're open what hours and what days?
Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4.
We would love to have you stop by and meet Samson, all ready for your home for the holidays. I can picture him with a big red bow around his neck. He would be perfect to lay at the hearth while you eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Can't guarantee you won't beg under the table, but you know, anything could happen. Please check on Samson and any of the dogs, cats, puppies, or kittens that are at the Pike County Animal Shelter.
We're at the Pike County Animal Shelter, 527 Likens Creek Road, at the doing the Adopt a Pet program, and with us here is a little boy dog named Hunter. Laurie, he's got a lot of energy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He is 3 years old. He is a Pug Chihuahua mix, and he's already neutered also.
He's a Pug-a-Wawa.
Yeah.
Or a Chug.
A Chug.
A Chug.
That's a good one.
I like that too. Hunter is very food-centered. We found out real quickly that he loves his treats. He's already neutered, so that means his fee is only $25.
$25.
Perfect little lap dog. He doesn't weigh more than maybe, I'm going to say 8 or 9 pounds. He's a little bitty guy and so intelligent, such a smart guy. Before the show started, he actually got outside and a couple of people seemed panicked, and all I said was, come back here, and he turned around and came right back. So he's a great little guy who needs a home for the holidays. And he's at the Pike County Animal Shelter with so many other worthy pets.
Yes, he's a little bit trained.
So obviously, he can dance on his hind legs and jump. He has tricks already in his pocket to take home with you. Hunter would make a perfect pet. He's probably pretty good with kids because pugs are wonderful with children. Chihuahuas, no, sometimes yes, sometimes no. But when you put the two of them together, you end up with a dog that's pretty good with just about everybody in every age group.
Cindy, you mentioned that this was your kind of dog. What do you mean by that?
I like smaller dogs. I'm a lap dog kind of person, so I like little dogs. I love all dogs, but big ones are about like having, come back here, Hunter. Big dogs are about like having another human being in your house sometimes, and I figure if I have small ones, I can have more. That's just how it works for me. They're also generally extremely alert, eager, intelligent. They have a lot of personality packed into a little bitty body, and I think that's what attracts me too. Now, if somebody was interested in Hunter but not sure that they really wanted to adopt, how would they go about meeting him and finding out if he wants to go under their furniture too?
Well, they can just come here. We have a visitation room. They can go in there and they can just have one-on-one with them. And
they can come visit. They can call, get more information. They can even walk him because especially if the weather's nice, it's a beautiful place to come out and take him for a walk.
Right.
We would love to have that happen, and so would Hunter. Please think about Hunter and all the other cats and dogs that are available at the Pike County Animal Shelter. They all need homes, and at this time of year especially, it's the holiday season, you just never know who might be the next perfect addition to your family and to your home. So Hunter would be perfect if you will consider, he's a better catch than I am, if you'll consider Hunter as your next friend. You can find him at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Welcome back to Adopt a Pet. Our latest pet that we're featuring at the Pike County Shelter is a beautiful older female. What's her name, Laurie?
Her name is Katie. She's a domestic longhair, and she's a tortoiseshell.
She is so pretty. As Brandon so irreverently called them, he said she has devil horns. Those are just beautiful curls coming out of her ears. And this is an older female cat, so you're not going to have as much of the maybe somewhat destructive playfulness that a kitten might have, right?
Right.
She's litter box trained, I'm sure.
She's 14 years old.
So she's still got a lot of living to do. Cats can live to be upwards of 20 years old when they get good health care. So she's not elderly. She's just all grown up and ready to go home with somebody.
And she's been purring since the second I got her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So she likes being in your lap.
Yes, I don't know if you can almost hear that.
I can hear it. I bet your mic is picking it up. She is a beautiful girl. How long have you had her at the shelter, Laurie?
We've had her for about 7 weeks now.
So that's a long time for a girl with such beautiful eyes to be stuck here at the shelter. You know, the shelter is doing the best that they can, but it's not the best place for any animal to be. They can get overcrowded, and especially for the cats, respiratory illnesses go through the shelter so quickly, and it's almost impossible to keep it in check. Now, so far, she seems very healthy, and so she's perfect and ready to go.
Yeah, the owner brought her in because she was going to the nursing home.
So this was somebody's beloved pet who could no longer keep her. Doesn't she deserve a home like yours where she can just curl up and be happy all the time for the rest of her life? And it would be so nice if we could somehow let her former owner know that her pet has found a good home. You could call or come by the Pike County Animal Shelter. Let's give that phone number.
432-6293 or 432-6294.
Or come by during the hours they're open. You now have Saturday hours, which makes it so much easier for people.
Yes.
And those hours are?
Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4.
Okay, come by or call Pike County Animal Shelter and come see about this beautiful girl.
Welcome back to the Adopt a Pet Show. We're here at the Pike County Animal Shelter with Laurie and Cindy and Waylon, our 12-week-old kitten here who is as sweet as can be, Laurie. This is a good animal right here.
Yes, very sweet.
Well, with a name like Waylon, I guess we can assume this is a male cat. And he's still very young. I have to tell you, I have a cat that looks almost exactly like Waylon. Mine's female. She came from the Pike County Animal Shelter, of course, and her name is Butterscotch. Not a good name for a male, so Waylon maybe is better. But these cats are so beautiful with these coats, and they keep them so well groomed themselves that they don't actually require a lot of work.
Right.
They do all the work themselves. Cats are so low maintenance. If that's the kind of pet that you're looking for, there are young kittens and older cats of every size, shape, and description. Waylon here is named in honor of the country music legend Waylon Jennings, of course. Now, whether Waylon will sing for you or not, we don't know, but we're guaranteed that Waylon will keep you happy, that he'll be affectionate, that he'll be playful. You can put one small ball or a little piece of twine in the floor, and a kitten will stay busy for a long, long time. To find out more about Waylon, call the Pike County Animal Shelter or come by during the hours they're open. Remember how easy it is with a kitten, too. They are already litter box trained. Now, what's the fee for adopting Waylon?
The cats are $35. That's included the spay and neuter, bag of cat food, and their first shot in worm medicine.
Oh, and now he's giving Brandon love. What'd you do to deserve that, Brandon?
Oh, well, he has a pearl necklace on.
Oh, he has a pearl necklace on. Well, Waylon is in touch with his feminine side, and there's nothing wrong with that. Remember, you can find Waylon at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Come by or call anytime and find out about your new best friend. Welcome back to Adopt a Pet. I'm Cindy Mae Johnson. We're at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Brandon and Laurie are here too. And this is a beautiful girl who needs a home. Her name is Honey. Now, Honey's got quite a story. She's been with you for a long time, right, Laurie?
Yes, she has.
Tell us how long she's been here and what you can about her story.
She's been here, I'd say, about 4 months now. The animal control officer picked her up. Looked like she had got ran over. One of her legs was hurt. So we took her to the veterinarian and got her better. And now she's ready to be adopted. She was skittish when she came in, but she's starting to really like people now.
She's still a timid girl, you can see that, but she comes around pretty quickly, and she does like treats. We have determined that much so far. She looks like she could be any number of different types of dogs in terms of her mix. Definitely some hound in there. Maybe even with those markings, maybe a little Doberman, given the size of and her shape. But the bottom line is she's all love, and she loves those treats Brandon's got right now. Honey has been here long enough now that she's not going to fare well in the shelter much longer. What happens with a dog like this when they're this timid and already shy, you can get them so far, but then they just really start to kind of give up in the shelter, don't they?
Yeah, they get depressed.
And once that happens, the amazing thing is when you take them home and get them in a family setting in a place where they feel comfortable, they'll come right around. I've seen it happen so many times. So she has still got a lot of living and loving to do, but she has to have somebody to take her home.
Well, and she was timid when she came in the room, and literally a minute, 60 seconds later, she was what you see now. She was fine.
So Honey needs a home. She is fully grown, probably 3 years old or so. Still got a long life to live, but what she really needs is maybe a fenced yard and a place to run and play. That would be perfect for Honey. And again, we'll remind you, when you adopt a pet from the Pike County Animal Shelter, they're spayed or neutered, they're up to date on shots, and they get their Pike County dog tags. They go home with dog food, and they're wormed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all that at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Let's remind everybody of the phone number.
Phone number is 432-6293 or 432-6294.
Sounds good. We hope you'll find out about Honey today. Welcome back to the Pike County Adopt a Pet Show. This is one lucky girl that we're eager to tell you a little bit about. Laurie, Lucky has had an interesting history in her time here at the shelter. Now, I know that sometimes you all get really crowded, and there's no question that dogs have to be kenneled together sometimes. She was with a larger dog who apparently had a behavior problem. Tell us what happened.
Yes, she was attacked by a big black lab, and he got her around her neck, like to scare us to death. So we got in the kennel, a bunch of us, and we pulled them apart, and we took her back there to the treatment room, and we bandaged her back up and stuff, and we named her Lucky because she's a lucky dog.
She's lucky to survive that. And she's doing so well. She doesn't appear to be very traumatized. Lucky seems like a pretty young girl. Do you have any idea on her age?
She is 2 months.
Oh, just a baby still.
2 months old.
But at this age, come here, Lucky. At this age and at Lucky's time here, she's still very people friendly. She's not real traumatized, in a good frame of mind and good spirits, and would make a great pet. Now, we've decided we think she might be a little bird dog, right? I have no idea if that dog will hunt. You know, there is that old saying. But what we do know is that she likes to be in small enclosed places. She's demonstrating that for us right now under the chair. Lucky is a beautiful girl, and she would be awfully lucky, and so would you, if she could go to your home and become your forever pet. The fact that she survived an attack by a larger dog tells you she's one tough girl.
Yes.
So she's going to be around for a while. Remember, you can call or come by. There's no obligation to come and meet Lucky. You can just come and meet her and see what you think. Have some time for her to interact with you or your kids and see how she does with your family.
You know, and what happened to her kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier, about just another reason that the shelter's not, I mean, it's better than some alternatives, but it's not the best place for an animal.
No, the shelter's really not a good place for any animal to be. This is kind of a last-ditch, last hope. And when we try so desperately to find these animals homes, it truly is their last hope sometimes. And those of you who are watching, you could be Lucky's last hope. Please call or come by the Pike County Animal Shelter. Come see Lucky or so many who are just like her who need a good home. Let's give that phone number one more time.
Phone number is 432-6293, or you can call 432-6294. And to correct myself, she is 2 years old, and we've had her for 2 months.
Okay, she's a 2-year-old, and let me tell you this, when you get Lucky, she will have already been spayed, she'll be up to date on her shots, she'll be wormed, and she'll lick your chin. Those are the things we can guarantee.
Welcome back to the Adopt a Pet Show. I'm here with Laurie and Cindy. And what do we name this one?
Name this one Corby.
Corby is a very big male cat. Laurie, what's the story with him?
The story is that he was an owner give up. They just couldn't afford him anymore. So instead of just, setting him out somewhere, they brought him here, knowing that he would be safe and he would have, food and water.
Well, he's had plenty of food and water, I'm pretty sure. This is a big boy cat. But you know what? I figure you move Corby, right, into your house, and every mole, rat, mouse, or any other small rodent will immediately move about 5 miles away. I don't know that he's a mouser, but I think his looks alone would be enough to chase him away. Now, here's the neatest thing about Corby. He's already been neutered, so his fee is very small. What's it going to cost to adopt him?
Instead of $35, it'll be $17.50.
And that $17.50 gets you this beautiful boy cat. He's not very old at all. He's going to be around for a while. And he likes the hamster song. We found that out too. Remember, Corby is at the Pike County Animal Shelter, and he could be yours for just $17.50 if you'll call or come by today. Welcome back to the Pike County Adopt a Pet Show, where we have very low energy dogs who don't like treats at all. No, I'm just kidding. This is Zoe and Molly, and Zoe and Molly were the pets of a very special needs child who unfortunately couldn't handle them anymore because, as you can see, they're kind of rambunctious. However, they love kids, they love treats, they love action and play and energy. And if you've got a child in your life who would love to have that kind of dog, we got those dogs here for you. You haven't had them very long at the shelter, have you, Laurie?
No. They've been here for about a month, and they've been with...
And they've been together their whole lives.
Yes.
It would be nice if they could be adopted together, but I don't guess that's a requirement, right?
We like for them to go together because they have been with a child that has autistic, and they're very important dogs.
Well, these two girls really need a good home, and they're going to need a home that can give them long walks, give them a fenced-in area to play, lots of toys, lots of things to chase, and lots of energy to burn off. I got that one again. Because they've got so much energy, and that's a normal part of a dog's behavior and part of a dog's personality. And when you're looking for a pet, make sure you choose one that the energy level matches your energy level. That way they're going to be a good mix for life. Zoe and Molly need a home, and they need one really badly. They don't need to spend more time at the shelter. What's the fee to adopt these girls?
The fee will be $100 for both. That's included these spayed and neuter, bag of dog food, Pike County dog tag, and their first shot and worm medicine.
It's a great deal for just $100. And where else except at the Pike County Animal Shelter would you find two clowns of this nature who could go together at the same time?
I like to say she is talented with two toys in her mouth at the same time.
Obviously, she has special skills. So if you're interested, come see them at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Welcome back to the Pike County Adopt a Pet Show. This is Brutus, and Brutus is a small purebred beagle. He is a very sweet boy and doesn't weigh much at all. He doesn't even take up a lot of lap space. Now, how long have you had Brutus in your care here at the shelter?
2 months.
And how old do you think he is?
He's about 4 years old.
Okay, well, he's a grown boy, very calm and good-natured. He's got a great attitude. He's just kind of chilling, gonna eat his treat, but nothing's really got him excited or upset. Everything's good in Brutus's world right now, except that Brutus needs a home. Now, Brandon, you know a dog like this would make such a great pet for a little boy. This is like Snoopy to Charlie Brown.
I'd like to have him myself. I mean,
well, we can arrange for that, Brandon. But he would be a wonderful pet for any child, boy or girl. Beagles are great with kids. Now, I'll be honest with you and say beagles can be loud, but that's okay because it's kind of like having a free burglar alarm. They'll let you know if somebody's coming to your house. They're good pets. They're very smart. They are bred to hunt, so maybe you'd be interested in that. Remember, when you adopt Brutus, he will be neutered. He'll have his worming, his shots will be done, and Pike County dog tags,
and
right?
And a bag of food.
And a bag of food will go with him. What's the fee to adopt Brutus?
It's $50.
So for $50, this dog could go home with you for the holidays, and it could change his whole life, as well as yours. He could be your next best friend. So think about Brutus and all the other pets at the Pike County Animal Shelter.
We're back with the Adopt a Pet program here with Cindy and Laurie. I'm Brandon, and this is Big Red, who screams dog when you look at him.
He does.
This is what a dog looks like.
He's a dog.
That's right. What do we know about him? Or do we know anything about him?
Well, he's really a stray. Very good dog.
He's clearly been someone's pet because he is so well socialized.
Yes.
He has such good manners. I mean, for a dog this size, I don't want to guess at weight because I don't want to pick him up, but he's a big dog, and if he didn't have good manners and was jumping up on everybody's lap and being excitable, you'd have furniture turned over. That's not going to be the case with him. Big Red's pretty calm.
I have treats in my hand, and he's not going after him, but I don't know if he'd take one. I'm sure
he has very good manners. He definitely has the look of a bloodhound in his face, but he might be a bloodhound, maybe coonhound mix. Hard to say, but he's a beautiful big boy, and he needs a front porch to lay on. I think this dog might have been at some point featured on Hee Haw. I'm not sure, but he looks like he could have been on Hee Haw. He's a very sweet dog with a great nature. These kind of dogs are great for kids because generally they'll let kids pull their ears, pull their lips, pull their tail, and never retaliate. There's never a promise, and you want to be careful, but the point is big old hound dogs are great for kids. Kids love them, and the dogs usually love children too. Now remember, Big Red is at the Pike County Animal Shelter, and what's his fee?
He is $50. That's included the spay and neuter, bag of dog food, Pike County dog tag, and their first shot and worm medicine.
He could be yours this year. He could come home to your house before the year is out and be one very happy dog, and you could have a very happy family. Please check on him at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Remember, the phone number is what now?
432-6293 or 432-6294.
Welcome back to Adopt a Pet. Cindy, Brandon, and Laurie with you with a beautiful girl to introduce you to. Her name, appropriately, is Fluffy. Tell us a little bit about her, Laurie.
Fluffy is a very good kitty. She is, we've had her for about 2 weeks. She's a year old, and most of the calicos are females. And she's really getting depressed in the cat cage and stuff. So she really, needs to get out of here. She really does.
Sadly, it does happen that when animals come to the shelter, some of them adjust better than others. Some can last quite a while. Others don't do well. And Fluffy is one of those who needs to get out of here. Now, she's got a litter box that she's using, I'm sure. She would just transfer so easily to your home where she could use the litter box. But the main thing is we need to get her out of the shelter, and she needs to be in a home with a family of her own. She's a sweet girl, Brandon. You liking her?
She's really enjoying the getting petted. She's just sitting here taking it in, purring.
I think she's kind of styling too with that collar. She seems to like that.
She's
pretty happy with that, and she seems pretty happy with you. So clearly Fluffy needs a family of her own. Please check on her at the Pike County Animal Shelter. You can call or you can come by during the hours they're open. That's Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4. It should be $35. That's included the spay and neuter, bag of cat food, and her first shot and worm medicine.
Please ask about Fluffy.
Welcome to the Adopt a Pet Show. I'm here with Cindy and Laurie and Callie, who is a sweet little girl. I'm assuming she's a girl, yes. And how long has she been here, Laurie?
She's been here for 1 week.
She's just a young kitten, so tiny right now. You know, it's that time of year that people think about getting cats and kittens and dogs and puppies at the holiday season. One thing we would want to encourage you from the Pike County Animal Shelter, from the Appalachian SPCA, from the Pike County Fiscal Court, is please don't buy pets from breeders or stores. Those animals, number one, are almost 99% of the time not kept in nor have they come from good conditions. But the animals in the shelter have almost always been someone's pet at some point, and they so desperately need a home that if you're thinking about adding a pet at the holidays, the Pike County Animal Shelter is a great place to find one. Now, Callie is such a young kitten right now. She's still in that playful stage. She's going to chase a ball of yarn or keep you entertained with a busy ball for hours. Keep herself entertained as well. But she would make a great pet this holiday season, and the way to do that is to come and adopt her. The fee is what, Laurie?
The fee is $35. That's included the spay and neuter, bag of cat food, and their first shot and more medicine.
Remember, Callie is available along with so many other, you know, when people look for cats, a lot of people have very specific taste about the hair length and the color and what they like, and you've got a plethora here, lots of them to choose from, right?
Yes.
Callie's just one of the many who need a home at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Please come by and ask about her or any of the cats or dogs at the shelter today.
And she loves attention.
Welcome to Pike County Adopt a Pet. This is Miss Priss, and Miss Priss has a little bit of an attitude, which you kind of come to expect from most cats, don't you? Miss Priss is a beautiful calico. I don't think my mic will pick up her purring, but she is working on it right now. She's very happy to get some attention from me. Now, you've had a lot of cats in your lap in the last little bit during this show, Brandon, and I think a couple of them have left a few marks. But
Yes.
Miss Priss is being very well-mannered right now. She's kneading my sweater. That much is going on, but it's all in affection, so I think we're okay. Miss Priss needs a home for the holidays, and she really wants somebody who will scratch her head. I've determined that's a big part of what she wants. And tell us a little bit about, how long have you had her with you, Laurie?
We've had her for about a week.
Because she hasn't been here very long.
No, she's a little skittish, but she's starting to come around.
This is not what I would call skittish right now, but that's just because they like to make a liar out of you, right?
And she's 2 years old.
And was she an owner give up or picked up as a stray?
She was a stray that came in.
Well,
I'm sorry, Cindy, but she has one of the more unique coats I've seen with the patches of tiger stripe. I just think that's...
Well,
she's
it's so
pretty to look
sad
at.
to think about this girl being a stray out on the streets and trying to make it on her own, finding food and water and shelter with the bad weather. This is the holiday season, and you know, these animals, they're God's creatures and they need a home and shelter just like all of us do. And if you would think, even consider giving a cat like Miss Priss a home, you could find her at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Call or come by and meet her, see what you think. Remember, for such a small amount of money, you'll get her already spayed. She's obviously very affectionate. You're going to have her, her shots will be up to date. She'll be wormed and she'll have cat food. So she's ready to go whenever you're ready to come and get her. This is Miss Priss, and she's at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Welcome back to the Pike County Adopt-A-Pet Show. We've got a brand new cat to introduce you to today, and this is who? Princess, who clearly is a bit of a princess of her own. She's what I would call a tuxedo cat with the black and white. I always think of Sylvester when I see a black and white cat, but Princess has got a much better personality than Sylvester. What do you think, Brandon?
I think she's sweet as can be, and like I say, the mics can never pick it up really, but she's purring like crazy. Mm-hmm. She seems very interested in what's going on around her. Maybe she's looking for a varmint to kill, maybe.
Well, with that short coat, she's not going to shed a whole lot, so you're not going to have a lot of those issues. I love her white whiskers against her black face. Such beautiful colors and marking. Remember that Princess needs a home, and she's very agile, like all cats. She needs a home, though, and you could give her one. It's so easy and simple to do. You just come by the shelter or call them about her. Her fee will cover her spay, her shots, her worming, and the fee is really low. I mean, much lower than you can go buy a pet from some breeder. What do you charge for a cat?
$35. That's included in the spay and neuter, bag of cat food, and their first shot and worm medicine.
Please come see about Princess at the Pike County Animal Shelter. She needs a home.
Welcome to the Adopt-A-Pet Show at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Cindy Mae Johnson, Laurie Goff, and Coco, our chocolate lab, who is a beautiful boy.
Mm-hmm. Coco is a gorgeous dog, but you may hear during this segment, Coco's developed a little bit of a cough. That is not uncommon in a shelter environment. It's called kennel cough. Highly contagious. There is a vaccine for it, but the Pike County Animal Shelter can't afford to vaccinate all the dogs for kennel cough. It's like an upper respiratory thing, not real serious, but it will require some antibiotics, not tough to treat at all. But Coco, who may cough a little bit as we go through this segment, basically needs to get out of here. The fact that he's already developed kennel cough means we need to get him in a home pretty quickly if we can, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Have you had him here very long?
Had him a month.
In just that short time, he's picked up kennel cough, so we need for Coco to get to a home. He is a beautiful chocolate lab. I would say purebred.
Yeah, he is purebred. He's 3 years old.
Was he an owner give up, or did he just turn up?
The animal control officer picked him up, and we figured that the owner would come back for him, but never did.
So often that happens. I think people think their animals have wandered away because they haven't kept them leashed or in a fence, and then they just don't even go looking. When the animal's right here, this could be somebody's pet.
I can't imagine that. I would look to the ends of the earth for my dog.
Yeah, me too. Well, yeah. Coco is looking for a home, and maybe his former owner will see him on this show, or maybe you're his new family and you'll see him. Either way, we need to get Coco out of the shelter. So please call the Pike County Animal Shelter or come by Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4, right?
Tuesday through Saturday, yeah.
And the hours again? Not the hours, phone number.
Phone number is 432-6293 or 432-6294.
Please call and ask specifically about Coco. Pike County Adopt-A-Pet is what you're watching right now, and this is a new cat we want to introduce you to who goes by the name of Miss Fang. I think that's because she's got a little bit of an attitude, as most cats do, but keep in mind that, you know, you don't really ever own a cat, they own you. They just expect you to take care of them, and that's kind of what they think human beings exist for, and that might not be too far from the truth. Miss Fang, obviously a female, any idea how old she is?
She is 1.5 years.
So she's still a young girl. She needs a home to roam around in. You know, when you see cats that we have on the show, Brandon, sometimes they're a little antsy, but that's because they're kept in a cage most of the time. Unfortunately, the shelter can't just have them roaming loose in a big building. So she's ready to get down and move around and maybe run through your house for a little while. But then I'm sure she would settle right down and sleep and eat a lot, as most cats do. Please find out about her at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Call or come by anytime. That phone number, Laurie?
Is 432-6293 or 432-6294.
Welcome back to the Adopt a Pet Show. I'm Brandon here with Cindy, Laurie, and Bella, whose heart is racing right now because she's very young.
Yes, she is a year old.
And she is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if the TV does it justice, but this cat is beautiful.
Yeah. I wonder, is she Bella from Twilight? Is this where her name came from? Because if so, there are going to be Twihards lining up to get Bella. She is a beautiful girl and has an absolutely gorgeous coat. She needs a home, though. Bella is a young kitten who's very healthy, but if she stays in the shelter for a long time, she's not going to do well because, frankly, it's not a good environment for a kitten to grow up in. So I know you'd like to get her out into somebody's home.
Yes.
What's the fee to adopt Bella? How does it work?
Okay, if you come and adopt Bella, she is $35. That's included the spayed and neuter, bag of cat food, and their first shot in worm medicine.
Now, if you adopt Bella, will you take her home today, or will you have to get an appointment to get her spayed? How does that work exactly?
She would have to, she can go because she is not old enough.
Okay.
Okay, you have to be 6 months before you can get them spayed and neutered. And then we'll make her an appointment before she leaves, but she can take it, you can take it home the same day.
The one thing we'd like to remind everybody as you're watching, so many animal lovers watch this show who maybe already have pets. Please make sure your animals are spayed and neutered. When kittens like Bella come into this world, everybody thinks, oh, no problem, I'll find them a home. But unfortunately, most of them end up here at the shelter, and they don't all find homes, and we don't want that to happen to them. So please spay and neuter your pets, and also come see about Bella. She'll be spayed and ready to go. You just come in and pick her out. It's not a very expensive or painstaking process. Bella just needs a home, and that home could be yours. Welcome to Adopt a Pet. I'm Cindy along with Brandon and Laurie, and we've got two beautiful girls to introduce you to. They're sisters. We think they are Min Pin Chihuahua mixes. And what are their names, Laurie?
Katie and Paige.
Katie and Paige are a little nervous, and that's not unusual for these breeds. I mean, they're going to get a little nervous in unusual surroundings, and one of the things that tells you is they don't need to be in the shelter environment. It's hard on dogs that have kind of a delicate disposition, and that might be a fair way to say how they're, what their attitude is like. How old are these girls? Do we know?
They are 4 years old.
And they were both brought in together by an owner who could no longer take care of them and had to turn them over to the shelter. It's so sad when they've been somebody's pet, they've lived indoors their whole lives, they have no idea why they're here or what they've done wrong, and the answer's nothing, why they are in a shelter environment instead of in a home. And all these two girls want to do is live out their lives together. They're both young. Dogs like this, once they get over their initial shyness and fear with you, are going to be very playful. They're going to be playful, and they're going to be lap dogs because typically they act like they're freezing all the time. Even when they're not. They're going to want to be under the covers with you while you're watching television. They're real lap dogs. These two girls are both very sweet-natured. A lot of times, ones like this will be yappy. We haven't heard a peep. Not a sound. Now, I don't know who has who. Do you know? Have I got Katie?
You've got Katie and you've got Paige.
Well, Katie and Paige really ought to go together. They're 4 years old and they've lived together their whole lives. It would be so sad to separate them now. If you could consider taking these two girls into your home, the Pike County Animal Shelter would love to get them placed so that they don't have to be too traumatized at the shelter. Call them or come by to see about these two girls or any of the other pets at the Pike County Animal Shelter. Remember, it's the holiday season when we're all supposed to be feeling really generous and having big hearts. And if there's anybody that needs your generosity, it's God's creatures that are kind of stuck in the shelter. So please come see about them as soon as you can. This is Cindy for Brandon and Laurie at Adopt a Pet.
All of the animals on today's program are available for adoption at the Pike County Animal Shelter, 527 Likens Creek Road in Pikeville. Call them anytime at 606-432-6293.